Whispers in the midnight air, ghostly fingers in my hair, shadows dancing by my bed, echoes of the things they once said.
Welcome to another episode of Ghost Girls for the ghost curious, the skeptics, and everything in between for those what the hell was that moments. And today we have an amazing guest.
Ghost Inspector Greg.
Ghost Inspector Greg.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for being here. I'm Nicole.
And I'm Leah.
And we're just a group of friends sitting around. We're going to talk about some spooky, mysterious, interesting, amazing, invigorating topics. And I'm so excited to get into it. So I'm going to introduce our very special guest, Greg Ludwig, aka Ghost Inspector Greg. I'm so excited to have him here. He is a fourth generation celebrity ghost whisperer with decades of experience investigating hauntings. He's been on the TV show Ghost Adventures, which I'm the biggest fangirl of, and I have to immediately ask you about that after this intro is over, specifically the Annabelle's Curse episode. He's also been on other various podcasts. You conducted some really amazing spirit box sessions at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery. You were on the Two Faces podcast, and you're very well known for blending traditional ghost hunting methods with modern tools. You are a thoughtful, intuitive, and highly respected member of the paranormal community.
Thank you so much.
I hope that intro lived up to the hype. We're so happy to have you here, Greg. Before we get into anything, I need to know, I'm the biggest Ghost Adventures fan. I need to know, what was it like to meet Zach Bagans in real life?
Zach was a nice guy.
Yeah.
Is a nice guy. All those guys are really nice guys. They're good guys. We had a lot of fun.
I love that.
I would say I just have good ththings to say ultimately about that whole crew. And by the whole crew, I mean everybody, the camera people and everything. We had a lot of fun. Interestingly, I was on it was a Halloween episode in 2017, 2018. I can't even remember right now. But anyway, so it's been a while. Quite an interesting experience, actually. I mean, there was quite a bit of activity going on there. Yes. And I mean, from the start. You want me to tell you some of it?
Yeah,
please.
Okay,
give us the highlights. I'd love to hear.
Las Vegas is like my place.
You love it.
Yeah, love Las Vegas. And, we were staying at the Mandalay Bay.
Love that hotel.
And my kids wanted to go to the World of Coke, and my son wanted to go up to the top of the stratosphere and go on the ride. So I said, fine, but we're going to stop by where Zach's museum is going to be.
Yes.
Now, it hadn't opened. It wasn't going to be open until a few months later.
Okay.
So I go there. It was kind of creepy. I mean, he had tall, spiked gates, and he had a carnival little cage and some demon statues out front at the door.
That's so Zach.
But then in the tree, he had these cloth dolls. Like creepy dolls.
Spooky.
Yeah, they were cloth. And which I coined as the clown tree, because they were like clown dolls.
Oh,
and
extra creepy.
And he did that on purpose, right? And I took some pictures and whatnot, and got in the car and headed back home. Y'all went back to the room. We got back, we had dinner, whatever. I went back out and gambled some, and I got back, and it was about 1 a.m. I got a message on my phone. It said, your friends liked the post you posted on Facebook.
Oh.
I didn't post anything on Facebook.
What?
Oh my gosh.
You didn't post.
I didn't post anything on Facebook.
Oh.
Okay. So I'm like, huh? I don't post on Facebook.
Okay.
I just don't.
It's not something you do.
No. Right. I have a lot of followers there. I think just because of,
You're a celebrity ghost whisperer. Yes.
But I don't post there.
Okay.
So I looked and it said, your two friends like the picture you posted on Facebook. So I clicked, and it was two guys I haven't talked to in 25 years. Friends, though.
Wow.
Okay.
Looked on it. It was the picture of the clown tree.
What?
Your post was?
It was just the post was my picture of the clown tree.
The one that you took?
Yes.
What?
But here's the thing. It had a caption. It said, you can call it.
No. What?
Is there a ghost on your social media?
So
I need to know.
So yeah, it said, you can call it. Now, here's the thing. That was posted at, it was 3:05, I believe.
Okay.
Okay. And I left that museum location at like 2:44. Okay. I was driving back to the Mandalay Bay. Mm-hmm. Okay. When that post posted on my phone, on my Facebook. Weird. Now look, I mean, I got a nice butt, but it is not talented.
It's not that talented.
It wasn't a butt post.
Yeah, well, it can't
No.
push all those buttons.
That's
think of
advanced.
all
What
the-
if it could, though? Amazing.
It's really advanced.
I'd be billionaire.
Yeah.
But think of all the steps that would have to take to
Yeah.
post that. Okay.
Absolutely.
And here's the crazy thing.
Tell us.
Later on that night, right after I saw that, and I freaked out. I tossed my phone at the end of the bed.
Oof.
My daughter in the other bed gets up and says to get a drink of water.
Uh-huh.
And the door handle to our room started shaking violently. And it said, "Hey, there's somebody breaking into our room."
Holy crap.
And I went, "Shh, shh, shh." And it was violent. And then it stopped. There was no more sound. It was pitch quiet. There was no talking. There were no doors opening or closing. Nobody walking down the hall. Nothing coming in from outside. It was pitch quiet.
Oh my God.
And I just said, well, damn.
Well, damn.
Well, damn.
So anyway, I thought it was such an amazing experience that I wanted Zach Bagans to know about.
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
So I sent him a message, DM, no answer, nothing like that.
Mm.
But then my daughter says, "Hey, Dad, they're having a contest.
Oh.
Make a 1-minute video and blah, blah. Hey, you know what? I think I'm going to do that. Maybe he'll see this. It'll give him some credibility." I wasn't necessarily interested in being on the show.
Right.
Yeah.
So I made a video explaining what was going on. And about a week later, they came out with the 20, favorites, whatever you want to say. And my daughter's scrolling through it, and I wasn't on there.
Oh, man.
No.
Oh, and I said, well, that's okay, man. It doesn't really matter, And she said, wait a minute, this is only 16. She flipped over again. There's my ugly mug right there.
Yes, you
Nice.
were on there.
Victory.
So I got a call the next day from the executive producer that I won the contest, so I was going to be on the show. And again, it was a fantastic night. I have stories from there. I mean, so many things that happened, and I we'll just move on to something different. But
Yeah,
but I mean,
absolutely.
it was an amazing experience. I had an amazing experience with the Dybbuk box.
Yes.
Ooh.
The Dybbuk box. I didn't pronounce that correctly. And Zach put me in there by myself.
Oh,
in the
he
pitch
threw you
dark.
in.
Who drew you in?
And I'll just say this: I met the thing that was attached to it.
Really?
Wow.
And if you wanted, because it basically engulfed me with its energy. And Katie Stafford, the guy who makes my stuff, I said, man, there's like this energy. And he says, it's like a low level energy. He said, no, that's a very high level
Wow.
energy. But anyway, it did that twice to me. And I yelled, oh my gosh, it's here, it's here, it's here. And he would run in and he was all excited. Really, what happened? And then he turns off the light and closes the door again. And I'm like,
He's like, you're staying in, Greg.
and then it comes in again. And the thing is, it left. And you got to understand, this room was pitch dark.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a tiny little light on a camera. Okay.
Mhm.
But it's pitch dark in this place. And I saw its shadow go right past me
No.
over here as it left.
Ooh,
And
chills.
Chills for sure.
I just, I told Zach, I said, man, it's a big old hoss,
Yeah.
yeah.
And and the way I describe it, okay, is it was majestic.
Wow, what a good word.
It's a good
Yeah.
word. Hmm.
Yeah, and extremely powerful. Didn't need to waste its time with me,
Yeah.
but because I think of my rich history, I think it took a second.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that was just one of the things that happened there.
It's incredible.
That's
Had my butt grabbed?
Really? So
Absolutely.
a cheeky little ghost.
A cheeky.
I'm sitting here staring at a camera. I'm watching this, what appeared to be against his coffin thing over there, the odd fellow room or whatever it was. This thing swinging, looked like an upside down cross.
Oh.
There wasn't an upside down cross there. Okay, but it was swinging. I'm watching the camera. I said, hey, this thing's swinging over here.
Whoa.
And Zach's down there trying to fix this thing, and he's getting all frustrated with this one thing. All of a sudden, something grabs my butt. And I said, something just grabbed my butt.
Oh my God.
And Zach looks and he says, Billy, did you just grab Greg's butt?
Oh my God.
It's always Billy.
I guess you do have a nice butt, Greg.
Yeah, I know.
He said,
Talented.
Talented
he
butt.
He said, Billy, so I did not grab Greg's butt. I said, Billy,
Yeah, Billy.
I did not grab your butt. But here's the crazy thing about that. When we were outside getting ready, I made a statement that I just hope nothing grabs my butt.
You spoke that
You
out.
said that.
And the cameraman, one of the cameramen walked by and says, "You don't got to worry about the ghost, Greg." And pinched me right under, under my leg, and it was funny.
Yeah.
And Marty, my friend who was also part of the show, and he's a great guy. Marty kept saying, "I just want someone to punch me in the face."
Oh my God.
I said, "Marty, no, you're a model. You can't be getting punched in the face.
Yeah.
Let it punch me in the face." And I kid you not, that entire night, something was bugging me.
No, dude.
The entire night. And I don't like to get into this, but something weird developed right here
Okay.
for a while.
Like a growth?
Yeah, something weird.
Ooh.
And
Oh my gosh.
yeah, it was like right here.
Oh my goodness.
And took a good solid month to get that to go away. A dermatologist didn't know what to think.
Like, we don't know what that
They
is.
said, we haven't seen that
Well,
one
I was
before.
punched in the face, basically.
Wow.
So anyway, that was a fun experience.
Oh my
so
gosh. I'm still hung up on the fact that ghosts know how to use Facebook. But
Yeah.
anyway,
I
that's
know, right? That's like a
Okay,
modern
so,
ghost.
So interesting thing about that, you say
Yeah.
that. They do know how to manipulate electronics.
Oh.
And I've seen them manipulate drones. I've seen them, they've communicated not only through a camera, but also through the phone, the same thing. They'll drain the energy out of stuff.
Oh, I've heard
Wow.
of that.
And
Like the battery power? Or
oh yeah, I've
something?
had
Whoa.
my battery zapped right down to almost nothing.
Whoa.
Full charge, a brand new iPhone.
No way.
Holy
Yeah.
crap.
So can something go in and do that? Yes, absolutely.
Dang.
That Facebook thing, though,
They're
like,
reading our
that
emails.
blows my mind. Maybe they are reading our emails.
But here's the question: what did that?
True.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good question.
So if you want to ask me, you guys need to ask me the questions. I shouldn't be asking. my own
You can
questions.
ask yourself a
I can
question.
attempt to answer what did that.
Hey, Ghost Inspector Greg. What's out there? I know what it is. I know what's out there.
You do?
Tell us.
Okay. Do you think it's people floating around? Their spirits floating around? You think that?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Is it residual energy?
Is it residual
Is there
energy?
residual energy? There is some of that.
Okay.
Okay, but that's not stuff that's going to manipulate things.
Mm.
It's just like a movie playing right in the air. It's, like a traumatic time or something that just sticks.
Ooh.
And so usually you'll see the same thing happen again and again with residuals.
Wow.
Yeah. Is it poltergeist activity? Okay, here's the thing. I haven't seen much of that.
We actually wanted to ask you, like, what is the difference between poltergeist and ghost?
Well,
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
all right.
Educate me.
Yeah, please.
You have people who pass away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You have, if you believe this, which I very much do,
Okay.
you have angels
Mm.
and you have something else.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
demons.
So there are angels
there,
and demons.
there are dark.
So
and
here,
light.
okay. Well, let me give you a little Bible lesson here.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, there was a war in heaven, and this guy Lucifer
I've heard of him.
was God's favorite,
Okay.
but he also thought he could be God.
Oh.
Lucifer.
So he made war with God, it's per the Bible, and lost the war. And along with a third of the angels, they were all cast down to earth. Fallen angels.
Oh, okay. That's where the term fallen
Fallen
angels
angels.
comes from.
Fallen
Mm.
angels.
Gotcha.
They wouldn't call themselves a demon. That's something made up from whatever, at some point. They're a fallen angel. They're angelic. They are demigods. Okay.
Demigods.
Oh.
And they're thrown down here to the earth. But there's still a whole war going on.
Mm.
There's still a battle going on. And it's a battle of shifting and moving and maneuvering to try to get back to the top.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
But there was something else. Okay. The Bible talks about how those fallen ones found, the ladies of the earth very appealing
I'm sure.
They loved them.
and had offspring with them.
Oh.
Oh, that's
Now,
the
these
tea.
were called the Nephilim. There's a couple other
Nephilim.
names.
Nephilim.
Yes, Nephilim.
Okay.
And these are demigods too. And it talks about them, that they were giants, men of old, men of renown and just great power.
Mm.
And literal giants, a lot of them. And I think that they came in all sorts of shapes and sizes. When they died, there's no place for them to go, okay? Because they're not human. They're only part human.
Mm.
So there isn't a holding place for them specifically talked about
Ooh.
in the Bible. So where are they? They are the ones.
They're the ones.
They're the ones that pester. They're the ones that come. They're the ones that want to possess or attach or whatnot. You want to know why I know it's them?
Why?
Because the fallen angels, they never had a body.
Mm.
They didn't care about that.
Right.
They did have bodies, and they want them back.
They want their bodies back.
And
Yes.
that's what they're trying to do.
I think that that's part of it. They're missing that. They're missing that warmth. They're missing that whole thing. And I think that for me,
Yeah.
is what speaks a lot of times through devices or does
Ooh.
certain things,
Yeah.
and flickers lights or does this or whatnot or attaches to people.
Wow.
And
That's fascinating.
So going back to that, do I think that when I talk to Estelle Getty, okay, she's a buddy of mine.
Okay.
Okay. When I talk to Judy Garland, when I talk to Johnny Ramone, who plays guitar licks for me,
Ooh.
okay, when I talk to these people, is it them?
Mm.
Now, I'm going to say this. Is it possible? Do I believe it's possible to channel them? I think so. I think it's possible. I'm not going to eliminate that.
Mm.
Are they the ones floating around? I don't think so.
What's the technical name for the ones who are floating around?
That's kind of hard to answer. There's, you can call them a wraith.
Right.
Just anything, just basic spirit.
Spirit.
But it's like, what kind of spirit? Okay.
Mm.
So do I think actual angels also can manipulate and do things? I do think so. That's
Naughty angels.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
naughty angels.
One thing I used to have on my Instagram, I said, I've walked side by side with angels and I've been face to face with demons, because I have.
Mm.
And I've had battles, literally. I used to joke, I'm kind of like Constantine.
Oh,
You are. You've experienced it
Yeah,
all.
because I literally have had like confrontations.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. But so here's the thing. Paranormal experiences.
Mhm.
Okay. There's a lot of stories out there. There's a
Mhm.
lot of people that make up content out there.
Yeah.
Fake, fake. I post some of it.
Yeah.
Because it's just entertainment, right?
Right.
Any real experience that I'm going to take as something credible, there has to be something more to it. There has to be more than one person involved. There has to be maybe something recorded on video, through like my gadgets speaking, and I had something not too long ago over in Altadena where something said F off.
Wow.
And then it said, get out of here. I said, well, first it said F off. And I said, hey, we don't need to use curse words here.
Yeah,
and it literally then said frickin'.
They respected your boundary.
They took the note.
We
Yeah.
love that.
So then it said frickin'. But then it said, get out of here.
Oh my gosh.
And I said, you get out of here. Don't tell me to get out of here. You get out of
Greg
here.
says you get out of
Yeah,
here.
I'm not going anywhere.
I like that you stood up for yourself.
Well,
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't, I don't have fears of this stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're not
amazing.
afraid.
You're not afraid. You're fearless.
No.
You're fearless.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I am afraid of reenactments
Mm.
on TV.
Oh.
Okay. But I'm not afraid of the real thing. And that's what's strange,
Why are you scared of the reenactments?
I don't know what it is.
Huh.
It just gets a little creepy.
Just like having to watch it instead of being in it.
I guess,
Oh, yeah.
But again, I think so much of all of that is baloney. So, but it's not all baloney.
Wow.
Okay. It's not, it's a real thing.
There's some non-baloney out
There's some
there.
non-baloney.
yeah.
Some salami.
But like I said, when I have my device on
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
and it's being filmed, okay,
Yeah.
me holding it, it's being filmed, and things speak through it, and it's very interesting because you can tell it's something different. There's a lot of because it takes radio frequencies, right?
Yeah.
And the idea behind some of these ghost boxes, most of them, is that the spirit can reach in, pull out a word, and spit it out of this thing,
Mhm.
the word that they want to use.
Wow.
And that's sort of what happens, and it's always a little different. It's always a little different than the other stuff that's on there. And so it's like they're talking to you. Mickey Rooney said, they put me in a box. And I said, yeah, Mickey, they sure did. He's in a box on the mausoleum there. And then I said, well, thanks for talking to me. And he says, good night.
Good night.
Yeah, 9 a.m.
So polite.
Oh my
Right?
gosh.
So that taught me something though, that there's no light. There's no light. Okay. He's not saying light. It's a good night. He's seeing dark.
He's only seeing dark.
You know what I'm saying?
Because light is a frequency.
Yeah, I guess. So
That's interesting.
That is
yeah.
interesting. It's always night.
So my theory there is these guys, they may channel their energy and be able to communicate, but they don't. But it's just that. They're not seeing anything.
That's fascinating.
Speaking of non-baloney, you're like kind of born into this, right? You're fourth generation.
Yeah. So my dad, the apple in his grandfather's eye was my dad. Okay. And so my great grandfather, he used to do like seances and stuff. Apparently, I mean, I wasn't there,
Oh my
but
gosh.
according to my dad and my grandpa, and my grandfather wasn't as involved.
Okay.
But my dad, being so close with his grandpa, he gained a real quick interest. And so as I was a kid growing up, I didn't live with my dad much, but he would involve me. And he would go, and my dad liked to go places when they'd go on vacation, and he would bring a Polaroid and a tape recorder.
Oh.
And he would walk around and he would go places where he knew there was a haunted place. And that's where he would go. He'd snap pictures and blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
It just wasn't getting much.
I love it.
The stuff that I get, my dad passed away, but before he did, he had seen a lot of this evidence.
Wow.
And yeah, he just said, boy, he said, my grandpa would be amazed at what you are recording.
Oh,
it's amazing.
And so yeah, fourth generation, and I kind of got involved really early. And what's really strange is, it's funny, I could show you my friend Dave, who responded to one of another podcast I was on, and he said, yeah, Greg, I remember all this stuff. Wow. And the way you said it is exactly how it was.
Wow.
And we had another story.
Yeah.
I'm just blabbing
No,
away
please.
here.
I mean,
you're the most
flapping-
fascinating
flapping-
person.
flapping-
in
we
the
don't
world.
even have to do anything. It's great. I love it. No, it's
So,
perfect.
I was 13.
Okay.
Okay. And we grew up poor.
Okay.
Not poor anymore.
Here in California, where you're growing
here
up?
in Burbank.
Okay,
Burbank,
Burbank. Love
wow.
that.
Yeah, I'm proud to say I'm not poor anymore.
Congratulations. That's amazing.
That's amazing.
Phew.
But anyway, we grew up, it was actually on Ontario Street in Burbank, and they're triplexes. And, my mom was an amazing woman and did the best she could, and we lived here at this triplex area, and there was a courtyard between two separate things of triplexes. And we would sleep out front in that courtyard every night, pretty much.
Wow.
Me and all our friends. So there's this one night, my friend Brett, who lived right next door to me, his mom and dad were going to go out. And so we were in his house. And understand, in Burbank, where I lived, planes flew over constantly because of the Burbank airport.
Right.
Trains came by all the time because I was adjacent to Van Owen Street, where the train tracks were. And also, and back then it was a big thing to have chimes. Okay. So this was a summer night.
Wind chimes?
Yeah.
I got you.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
And you'd hang them from your porch. Everybody
right.
did that.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
And that was a summer night. It was hot. There was no wind. There was no noise. We opened up the window because it was warm and trying to get some air in. And we're kicking around Brett's place, and my sister and Brett's sister Tammy go into the bathroom. Next thing we know, they come screaming out of there.
Oh.
Well, they did the whole Bloody Mary thing.
It's terrifying.
And they all they would say is, we saw something, but would never tell me what.
Okay.
It's funny because I asked her about that very recently, and her thing was, boy, I hardly even remember that, but I do remember that.
Wow.
And she says, I can't even remember what we saw. But anyway, then we all had a big bright idea to play light as a feather, stiff as a board.
Ooh.
Wow, you were doing
brave.
all the
Yeah.
games
Yeah.
that night.
But 13-year-old kids, right?
Yeah.
And there were about 7 of us.
Okay.
And my sister laid on the ground. She was the victim. Okay. And the way that game works, right? Just in case folks you don't know, you're going to tell the story of this person's demise. And the idea is that, you put 2 fingers underneath the person, and that by the time you get somewhere in their demise, that they will levitate from just your finger.
Ooh.
Wow.
So my friend Brett says, well, we need a candle for this, I hear. So he goes and grabs a tall candle. He lights it, okay, and it's on the table right there. And we start. And I think Dave was the one that started it.
Okay.
And then Kenny and then whoever. And then as we started, and you each tell a little bit of the story of, oh, she was walking down such and such street.
Yeah.
And stopped and found $1.
Yeah.
And then the next person comes in, and as she approached this place, a car was coming, and we're kids. So we're not too elaborate with this, right? But then right as we get to where the car is going to hit her and kill her.
She lifts.
Right then. This is what happened. I can call people right now that'll tell you this is what happened.
Wow.
Okay. She lifted off of the ground.
No way.
At least 6-7 inches. At least, I would say.
What?
Okay. Hold on, though.
Oh.
A train came screaming
No.
by. An airplane came screaming by. The wind chimes were going nuts
No
outside.
way.
And the candle flame shot in the air.
No.
And at that very second, John, Brett's dad, jumps in the window and scares us, goes, ah! And every one of us saw a different colored devil face.
Oh! What color was yours?
Orange.
Ooh, that's a scary color. of
So,
devil.
and he was wondering, I really scared these guys.
Oh.
Wow.
No, John, you didn't scare us.
Yeah, it was something else.
Something
Yeah.
else scared us. Jeez.
So that happened. And like I said, that my friend Dave's, man, yeah, the way you described that was exactly how that was that night,
Wow.
And his response was, it's the things we experienced back when we were kids are the very reason we have some of these special whatever,
Yeah.
special abilities, whatever you
Yeah.
want to say,
Wow.
because like I say, I don't go into, I don't go into being a medium.
Right.
I don't use any sort of clairvoyance. I do it on purpose. And somebody taught me a lot, fantastic paranormal investigator, that taught me why I don't want that. And she never said I didn't want that. In fact, she told me that you should,
Right.
because you got great ability.
Yeah.
But when she sees them, sees them all the time as a medium, as a clairvoyant,
Mm-hmm.
because she lived in West Virginia, in fact, and her home was surrounded by their family property was surrounded by cemeteries, old cemeteries.
There's a lot of that in West Virginia.
Yep.
And so
Very
what she
haunted.
says when she would see them, she sees them as they died.
Wow.
Ooh.
That has
Yeah.
to be traumatic.
She
Yeah.
sees them like how they looked when they died?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Like there's like a knife in a head.
Yeah, whatever
Yeah.
it is, that's what she
Seriously,
sees.
that's like
Head hanging over here, or whatever. it
I
was.
wouldn't want that
that's
ability
very gory.
either.
especially-
Yeah.
So-
yeah.
I'd rather not see.
And listen, do I think she was full of crap? No, I do not.
You believed her.
Well, because of experiences that we had.
Right.
Simply over the phone.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Simply over the phone experiences.
Wow.
And this is what her name is Kim, great lady. This is how I know a spirit was reaching out to her about me. Okay.
It's flattering.
Was it a spirit who knew you?
Supposedly.
Supposedly.
Huh.
Okay. And I came to her and she says, call me. So I called her and she's telling me what this thing is saying. It's Christy with a K. It is here to warn you that you're potentially in danger with a certain spirit. I get that now. And she's just here to warn you. I asked, well, can she here to help me? Well, doesn't have the power to help you. She's not that strong. She's not strong enough. So she's just here to warn you. But she does want you to know that there are times that she's with you. She said, you'll know she's with you when you see a single bird. She says something like you're sitting on a bench, because she gets it, sitting on a bench or something.
She has like a visual.
And you're going to see a single bird's going to approach you. And then she says something about a single feather.
Huh.
So,
Wow.
so I'm in the engineering field and I was on a project and I was in the middle of a graded lot, about 10 acres. It was well over 100 degrees out. And there's no plants or no weeds, no nothing, right? And I'm sitting there, and this is literally just a few minutes after we hung up the phone, okay?
No way.
Whoa.
And all of a sudden, boom, a little sparrow lands right smack in the middle at my, in my windshield, right in front,
No.
looking at me, chirping.
Looking at you chirping on your windshield.
Right
Whoa.
there. Right there.
And then another one came,
No.
chased it away.
Greg.
Good bird, bad bird.
Yeah, good bird,
Oh,
bad bird.
So literally, and I thought to myself, okay, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
yeah.
So literally, I don't know, 5 minutes later, I'm driving down, and this is out by Magic Mountain. Okay.
Okay, you're out there.
And I'm driving, and I'm going down the Magic Mountain employee driveway to get to where our construction trailer was.
Okay.
And as I'm driving, kid you not, a white feather is floating down.
No.
And this white feather, I literally, oh, sorry. Messed up the mic.
That's okay.
Oh my God.
It literally hit the very center of my truck, just like where the bird landed, the very center.
Ooh.
And I freaked. I'm like, oh my gosh. Now, the one thing that I'm very upset about is I didn't go back and grab that feather.
Yeah, I was going to ask, did you get it?
I did not. And that's unfortunate because had I, that would have been fun.
Yeah, that would have been amazing.
I didn't really think about it at the time. I was just
Right.
kind of a little bit in shock.
Sure.
Yeah,
But anyway, when that happened, that's when I knew this person wasn't
they're the real deal.
Yeah.
BS.
Did
Right.
Christy with a K, did that mean anything to you?
Yes. I had a
Okay.
friend. Oh, and Christy, she even told me Christy died from some sort of allergy, she says, maybe some sort of like a bee sting or something like that.
Mm.
My friend Christy, back in the day, always carried EpiPen.
Okay.
She was highly, highly, highly allergic to things.
Okay.
Mm.
And one of her fears was, getting stung. I don't know how she died, but I know she's not with us.
Right.
Wow.
So I'm just assuming that might have been who this was.
Yeah.
And she spelled her name with a K.
Wow. Christy with a K. Did you ever see what the danger was that they were warning you of? Did you ever come into contact with it?
I did.
Hmm.
Not really prepared to speak about
Oh, if
that,
you don't, no worries. No worries.
But-
yeah. But you got those warnings.
But I may.
Oh, yeah.
Not tonight.
That's okay.
Okay, eventually.
In your own time.
Maybe
yeah.
some other time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I very much do so. No. And am I okay? Heck yeah.
Good.
Oh yeah, I'm good. I'm always good.
Christy was looking out.
She
Yeah.
was looking out in a way.
I know. I love that. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
That image of like the white feather
The
coming
white
down.
feather. Incredible.
Like right there on your truck. Like that is incredible.
Yeah.
I love it.
But I will say that she is right. She couldn't have done anything to help.
Mm.
Right.
Okay.
Mhm.
It's kind of like my 10-pound dog. Like she can't help me, but she can warn me of things.
Yeah.
Yes. She alerts
She can't
you.
protect me, but yeah.
I don't have like a haunted life.
Mm.
I don't really let it affect my life.
Mm.
Mm.
Okay. Have I had some experiences at my home? I have. Okay.
Mm.
But my home has certain protections that, I'm not too worried,
Okay.
But I'll be sitting in my office and I see a little shadow peek around the corner and then go back.
Oh.
And again, and then walked in the bath, something
Yeah.
walks across in the bathroom, but no lights turn on. Nobody's closed the door or anything. There's a bathroom near my office. And hey, who's in the bathroom? Nobody's in the bathroom. I hear from the living room.
No way.
You
Stuff
hear a
like that.
voice?
And
Whoa.
then orbs would come around me, especially as I'm working on a book that I'm working on. Orbs come around and you'd see them. And the orbs that I would see would be black, darker orbs, and probably about quarter size. And they would have purpose. They would be, and it's like they're watching. And I'm like, okay, well, that didn't bother me. Okay.
Yeah.
But what bothered me was the peeking around the corner.
Yeah.
So, and this is advice I give people who ask me this fair amount. I said, okay, how am I going to stop that? Start closing my door. There you go. Now peek around. I can't see you. Never had that issue again.
Oh.
So that solved it. The solution was just as simple as that.
It was
Close
as
the door.
simple as that.
Wow.
And so I will have people say, oh gosh, this is happening, blah, blah. And I'll tell them, keep that door closed.
Wow.
And you won't have
Interesting.
that happen anymore.
That's really interesting.
Huh.
Yeah.
Do you think your ability to be a ghost hunter was learned or inherited given that you're fourth generation? Like, is it something you inherit or something you can learn and develop?
I think it's just learned.
Okay.
Mm.
I don't, but however, I'm just going to say my clairvoyance
Mm.
potential,
Right.
my mediumship potential, which I don't really use those things.
Yeah.
Right.
The energy that I have, it's a lot easier for me. They communicate with me, and they always communicate with me.
Mm.
They always do when I
Wow.
go out.
Really?
Okay. Every time.
They're communicating with
Every
you.
single time.
Wow.
And, I got it. It's my box, right?
Mhm.
But it's like me without this box, it won't work.
Mm.
It's
Right.
The spirit box? Is that
Yeah.
what it's called? Okay. Yeah.
I have one that's my favorite.
What's it called?
It's called the Nano Plus, NanoCom Plus. and I'll sell it to you for $2 million.
Oh,
Sold. I'm kidding.
a little over my budget.
yeah.
At the moment.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, it is just amazing. I have a lot of things.
I want to know about your things. Can you tell me about your your tools?
Yeah.
Well, I you know what? I use you know, a lot of things. I use witching sticks.
Wow. Okay.
I use as far as my voice box stuff goes, I have a number, right? My spirit box stuff, I mean. And some work good, some don't work so good, you know. I have a SLS camera, you know, the stick figure guys.
Yeah. Oh, I love those.
And you know, and it's only so-so. So,
Okay.
you know, I really like to stick to my spirit box.
You really like those.
My one especially. I use things like I got a little pig that squeaks. I'll put him out there, see if anybody wants to squeak him. Okay. I have a fart machine I'll put out there.
That's
If somebody wants
fun.
to push the button.
Has
they
anyone ever squeaked the pig or farted the fart?
No.
I needed to know. I'm like,
No.
that's
Well,
so
maybe-
unique.
There's still time.
Yes, right?
Yeah, there's still time.
Yeah. So, but you know, you put it out there.
Yeah.
You know, and so like I say, everything's more subtle. And with me, it's more communication. It's
right.
not, you know, I know people and that's yeah, man, this thing moved and whatnot. I haven't seen that.
Do you think it varies from, these people who have the ability like you, who are open in this way? Is the way that ghosts or entities interact with them, does it vary? Like your communication base, do you think others are more movement based? Do they meet you where you are?
You know what? And that's a real good question.
Really
Maybe
good.
so, you know,
Okay.
maybe so.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I haven't seen things manipulated, because
Right.
I have.
Right.
And, but, you know, I just haven't seen things thrown across the room.
Right.
Or
Gotcha.
flipped on the over, things like that. And I don't really want to.
Mm,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't need that.
That's pretty spooky.
You know,
that is spooky.
I mean, if it happens at a location during an investigation, okay, great. You know,
Yeah.
but I don't need any of that in my house, you know.
Totally.
So,
That makes sense.
but ghost story time again?
Yeah, absolutely.
yes, I have one more question about
Okay.
your tools, actually.
Oh, let's do it.
So, like, say I want to get into ghost hunting. Like, tell me what tools I should get as my starter kit.
Okay, well, there's a lot of different things, you know, that you could use. Like I have infrared stuff that I use.
Okay.
I have devices that'll just like pick up words. You know, there's lots of things. So I would say there's starter kits out there.
Okay.
Okay. And one starter kit is, I think it's not here to plug you. I think it's called Ghost Stop, I think.
Ghost
and
Stop.
they have a
No way. There's a place called
yeah,
Ghost
yeah.
Stop.
I actually bought.
I love
I actually bought. There's some kids that are fans of mine in Florida, and
Haunted
I
place.
bought
love
them.
Florida.
I bought them that kit. And sent it
Aw,
for Christmas.
you're the
a
coolest.
couple years back.
Greg, oh my
I
gosh.
love it.
And I don't know how much they used it, but they were. Yeah, I know they were excited.
That's awesome.
But anyway, it has enough. You
Mhm.
know. Now, to be honest with you, there's even phone apps that you could use.
I've heard of
Ooh.
these.
Okay. Now, some of those, I'm not really trusting. You know,
Okay.
they could be fed, you know, certain things,
Right.
certain, how to react or whatnot. So I'm not 100% sure, but I'm not 100% against them either.
yeah.
Okay.
But you know, my stuff that gets made by Katie Stafford. He's known as the paranormal mad scientist.
Oh,
Best
fun.
name ever.
Yeah.
Love it.
And he is he's been on a couple of shows actually, and he makes this stuff. And I buy all my stuff mostly from him.
Mm.
You know, he's not going in there and programming it to say things. You know, my son, who's really a 5th generation paranormal investigator, although he wouldn't call himself that because he's a very skeptic.
Oh, so he's a skeptic.
Yeah, but he
Interesting.
has gone out a little bit with me. He, oh no, Dad, that thing's just picking out your words and, you know, and it's finding the words you're looking for. How?
Huh.
How?
Son, how?
How?
Look, there's not that much to this thing. And I don't know how. No, it's not. You know,
What do you think fuels his skepticism?
some people are skeptical because out of fear.
Fear, yeah.
Yeah.
Some people, and I think that's probably a lot of it. I think that's mostly people
Makes
don't
sense.
want to acknowledge
Mm.
Right.
because they're afraid. To some degree, they don't realize they're afraid. And is he afraid? I don't know. I think he just doesn't want to dabble in it. So, you know, look, and I got family members who aren't real happy with Ghost Inspector Greg, okay?
No, they don't like gig.
They love me.
Okay, they
Yeah,
love you.
of
Very
course.
much, but you know, they don't want anything to do with any of that,
They-
right?
Right.
We'll talk about that at Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, I mean, I got there's just so much. We could get a campfire and talk all night.
Oh,
I
I
wish
love
we
it.
could
I wish we
spark
could.
one
I
up
wish
right
we
here.
could.
Haunted items I have and all
Ooh.
sorts of crazy,
We'll have to do
crazy stuff.
3 more episodes with you.
Well,
No, I love
yeah,
it.
have
What-
Greg back.
What
Anytime.
about the spirit? What is a spirit box? And I've heard you use it at Hollywood Forever Cemetery. Is that right?
I use it there. I use it wherever.
And what does it do? This.
Well, the idea is that there's like different radio frequencies, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And the idea is that, like I said, they can reach in and pull words out. And spit
Oh, that's
them out.
right. Okay.
That's
gotcha.
the idea.
So that's the
behind
spirit
that.
box. Okay.
Is this similar? I have
There might be other forms, but what I use is pretty much sort of like that.
Gotcha.
I went to a concert where they plugged frequency valves into mushrooms, and the mushrooms played music because all living beings can vibrate at different frequencies. Is it something similar to that?
That's so
I think
cool.
it must be.
I love
That
it.
makes a lot of sense from a scientific perspective,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
So I understand like what you're saying. You're rooted in science.
And like, with Johnny Ramone, I was, hey, Johnny, Ghost Inspector Greg, how's it going? Hey, man. Okay. Cool. Everything good? Yeah. And then it's just, yeah. Is everything good? Yeah. And then, hey, Johnny, can you play a guitar lick for me? Sure. Just a sec.
So you just listen to him.
He said, just a sec, he says.
Wow.
We waited for a second, and then all of a sudden, wow, like that.
Whoa.
Okay, it wasn't like a song. Okay,
It was a riff.
It was like a riff.
Yeah.
He was riffing for you.
Yeah.
Cool.
And
Johnny.
Johnny.
hey, that's great. Thanks, man. Sure.
You've
Love
got-
ya.
He's
You've
such
got some
a
cool friends.
he's a cheerful yes man.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
it.
he's a
I
yes
love it.
man.
Yeah,
He's
he-
like, okay, Greg.
And he leaves it with
Okay, Greg.
And he leaves it. Love ya. Well,
Love-
love you too, Johnny.
Oh my God, there's so much like mutual love.
That's
it
so
seems.
sweet.
Yeah, but the thing is, he was able to pull out some pretty good words.
Mm.
The girl that was tragically, accidentally killed the actress no, she wasn't an actress. She was, I don't know, was she makeup or whatever? The one that with the whole
Alec Baldwin?
Alec Baldwin.
Oh yeah, I think she was a director.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she was a director, and it's really sad. Well, she's over there too.
Really?
So you've connected with her.
Yeah, I did.
Ooh.
And when I asked her, does she know how she died?
Does she?
She did, but the only word she could find was Uzi.
What do
Oozy.
you think that is about?
Well, just because gun wasn't available, she couldn't find gun, but she was able to find the word Uzi.
What does Uzi mean? I'm sorry.
Uzi's like a machine gun.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay,
Oh.
okay. I don't know anything about guns.
I didn't know.
Oh.
She just grabbed.
But she could pull that.
So the idea there is that they grab whatever word they can
Impressive.
to answer your question.
Wow.
Mm,
Judy Garland. I've had a lot of interesting experiences with her.
that's so cool.
Jealous.
Yeah.
Jealous.
I asked her. I said, Judy, do you have anything you want me to tell your loved ones?
Hmm.
I can communicate with them. And she said very quietly, love you.
Aw.
But then she said a little louder, love you.
Oh.
So I went and I posted that on Instagram.
Yeah.
All right, that conversation. And I went back and I said, hey, Judy, just want to let you know I followed through and I communicated with your family. I let them know that, you wanted them to know that you loved them. And I did this through something we call social media. It's through something we call video feeds.
I love it. I love
And
it.
because there wasn't any of that before
Right.
she died.
Right.
And I said, and I'm able to communicate with the whole world. And so I was able to communicate with your daughter, Liza.
Oh,
In fact, that's what I said too. Or actually, I said, do you have anything you want me to say to Liza? And that's when she said, love you, love you.
Oh.
And she said, like a reel?
Oh, for real?
Judy said
I
that?
thought she said that.
For real?
For real.
She was like a reel.
Like
She
a
said,
reel.
Like a reel.
Like a reel?
Like an Instagram reel?
Like a movie reel.
Oh, I get it now. Or
She-
Instagram reel.
I know. I was like, Judy knows about Instagram
Movie,
reel.
she probably knows movie reel,
Right.
right?
Like that's more her
what she did.
vibe.
What, a movie reel?
Wow.
Like a reel? And then
That's
after
incredible.
communicating a little bit more, she got a little, testy, and she said, "Do you have a ticket?
Oh,
Oh my god.
How'd you get in here? Do you have a
that's
ticket?"
so funny. Well, sassy.
Judy.
Yeah.
Judy.
Oh
So-
my gosh.
So yeah, and thus, I'm the the celebrity ghost whisperer.
You're so cool.
So
This is, and is that how you got that name, from the Hollywood Forever Cemetery? Like that?
basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because they all, Burt Reynolds, they all talk to me.
They all talk to you.
So, celebrity ghost
my
whisperer.
grandmother dated Burt Reynolds.
Really?
Yeah. Well, actually, my husband's grandma. She's like basically my grandma now, but
Wow.
she's 100 now, and
she's still alive.
and she was 12 years old. She always dated younger men. She's like a hot cougar, so
Yeah.
she dated Burt Reynolds. So
Wow.
tell Burt that Nana says hi.
what's her name?
Or Juliet Stefan says hi.
Really? You know what? Next time,
Yeah.
I'll have to do that. I'll have to reach out to you and get that name again.
Oh,
It's-
yeah.
she would love
She
to
was
hear
a
it.
Hollywood hottie back in the day, like a
Oh, that
model.
would be amazing.
That'd be. We should do that. I would
Yes,
love
he
to.
would probably
That's
answer
extremely
that.
He
cool.
probably would. She was a
Yeah.
fox.
What he said was, Burt Reynolds, is this you? And he said, Burt is. He said, Burt is.
Wow.
Right? And I said, Burt, what's your favorite movie you ever made? And he said, Bandit.
Oh.
And all these things that I just told you.
Yeah.
See, remember something. It's not real unless you have proof,
Right.
as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
It's just an experience.
Yeah.
Right? That you could say, I could tell you I did this, and this, and I could lie to you about each and every one of them. And you would go, ooh, wow, right?
Yeah.
But what I'm telling you are things that other people heard too, or other people saw too. Other people were involved in the experience. Okay.
Mm.
And also things that are on TV. You can
Right.
see it. Things that are, on my Instagram, Ghost Inspector Greg.
Yep.
Check 'em out.
Yep.
That shoot,
Mm.
it's right there on the recordings of me,
Right.
So
Yeah,
if
we
you
watched
scroll,
a few.
if
We
you scroll
did.
down anything that shows me, okay, that me at a cemetery or whatnot, okay,
Right.
that is, you're going to hear my communications.
And that's the proof.
That's proof.
The proof is in the pudding.
proof
like
is
they
in the
say.
pudding.
The proof is in 8 other kids or 7 other kids all experiencing the
Mm.
same thing.
Wow.
A real quick story.
Yes,
okay.
let's
Please,
hear it.
please.
I bought a house up in Santa Clarita area, and
Oh, beautiful.
it was brand new. Bought the lot, and they built it.
Fantastic.
And they built a lot of homes. But anyway, this property was owned by the Agajanian family,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
and they were a famous old ranch family. And you got to think about it, the Agajanians lived there for 100 years or so.
Mm.
Okay, so the Agajanians lived. They were born there.
Mhm.
They lived there. They died there. They were buried there.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Then what happened? Then the earth movers came in. And I know you have the archaeologists and all these folks that come in and try to preserve certain things before the earth movers get in there. But, there's a lot of stuff that just gets lost, right?
What's an earth mover?
Bulldozers,
Oh, literally-
scrapers, the big
literally
earth
moving the
movers.
earth.
Literal. Oh, okay.
Okay.
And what they do is they tear down the hills and they make flat pads and then they build homes on these things,
Oh,
right? Okay, so the grader, earth movers come in, they grade the land, they build it, they build the homes. Homes are done, we move in, neighbors move in, we get to know neighbors. And it was probably just a couple months after we moved in. My neighbor, John, and Julie, they're still my neighbors today. I had a night, the previous night, where I was awakened by Gandalf the Grey.
Wow.
I mean, this guy looked like Gandalf the Grey.
Oh
he
my
was,
gosh.
He was a gray with long gray hair, long beard, and he was in a robe.
He woke you up.
Ooh.
And there he was at the foot of my bed, staring down, smiling at me. I kind of
Aw,
sat up.
Gandalf.
I'm looking at him like, okay. And then poof, he disappeared.
Whoa.
The next night, awakened again,
Okay.
and here's Gandalf
He's visiting again.
floating through my bedroom door.
Floating.
Wizard.
And then poof.
No way.
And right behind him was my son, my
Oh.
7-year-old, 6-year-old son.
Oh.
I can't sleep. Oh, come up here and get in bed with me, Bubba. So he did.
No.
And that was that. But the next day, my neighbor John came over to me, and he knew I was a paranormal guy.
Yeah.
And he said, Greg, have you had anything weird happen the last couple of nights?
Oh.
And you said matter of fact.
I said, well,
Well,
yeah, matter of fact,
funny you
John,
should
but John, okay. And I told him what happened with me. He told me that for the last 2 nights, 2 people in 1800s era clothing were standing on the side of the bed, staring down,
No.
smiling at his wife, Julie.
Whoa.
Oh my God.
The same 2 nights.
Wow.
And I said, well, John, we both have new businesses. We've got, new families, new homes. We got so much going on. Maybe we just need to get more sleep.
Yeah.
Trying to calm him down.
Yeah.
Julie comes over and she says, oh, no, Greg, this is not that this is real? She says, because I saw them too.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
So here's the thing about that. And I'll wrap the story up real quick here.
All good.
The thing about that is I could just tell you, hey, I saw Gandalf the Grey.
Right.
And I was, okay, sure you did, pal. Okay. John could come over to me and say, hey, this happened to me in the same 2 nights. Okay. And you could still say, okay, well, that's a coincidence.
Right.
But then when Julie steps in,
Can't be a
It's too many
coincidence.
people. Yeah.
it's too many people.
Yeah.
See, and that's what I consider credible.
That makes sense.
Absolutely.
I agree with you.
About a year ago, their son saw a woman in 1800s era clothing again. I haven't seen anybody since then,
Oh, wow.
but still, pretty interesting experience. And that's the thing about me. It has to be genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think being genuine, especially in this field, it's so important.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Yes.
We have time for a few more questions. And what I really want to ask you, what Leah and I were really hoping to accomplish with this podcast is, we're just trying to figure out, about life. And we're doing that by exploring death, by exploring paranormal. What has this all taught you about life? And what do you think happens after we die?
What's taught me about life is enjoy life.
Enjoy.
Enjoy life. I mean, it's great. I love my life.
Yeah.
Is everything perfect in it? No.
Mm.
Okay. But am I very content? Yes, very much so. And and enjoy those that you love. Because eventually, well, you know what? We talked about wraiths, spirits.
Yeah.
Potentially, you're going to be one at some
Right.
point.
Right.
And those times are gone.
Oh.
What I actually think about what happens with us, I would have to give you another Bible story, and I don't think we have time for that.
Okay, we'll have to have
We'll
you
have to have
back
you on
to chat about
again.
what
Okay,
happens after
sure.
we die.
But yeah.
Well, selfishly, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
I'm pregnant. Do you have any advice for protecting my
Okay.
womb and my baby?
Yes. Okay. Here's what I'm going
Good
to tell you.
question.
Just
Here-
not be afraid. I don't
Here's
know.
what I'm going to tell you. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Okay. Don't worry about it. The minute you start worrying about it, that's the minute that your mind starts working and
Right,
and affects
right.
you or whatever. And there's nothing to be afraid of.
Okay. So just don't feed the fear.
No.
Gotcha.
not
I
at
figured.
all.
I just,
Look, if you start doing, rituals and stuff like that, I'm going to tell you, hey, you're screwing your kid up. But,
okay.
but-
Rituals.
I had to go to a murder trial a few weeks ago, and just being in the room of a murderer, and I'm not usually
Oh,
by the
gosh.
way, I'm not usually this person. Afterwards, I saged my womb in the parking lot. And I was like, I guess I'm this person now. So I think it's just, I'm not usually an anxious person, but it's been on my mind. So thanks for saying that.
Yeah, no, there's nothing to
Yeah.
fear.
I love it. Well, these are the closing questions we're asking everybody. If you could leave a ghostly message for the living, just one sentence, scrawled on a foggy mirror, what would it say?
To a paranormal investigator type person?
Or just anyone.
Yeah, however you want to answer
However
that.
you wanna answer.
But in relation to the paranormal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Never let them see you sweat.
Ooh.
I like that.
Okay. So the minute you do, they're gonna mess with you.
Ooh, that's fantastic.
I like that.
I've seen it many times.
I love
That's
that.
a
And that's my motto.
fantastic piece
This
of
is good
ghostly
advice.
advice, I
Yeah,
think,
never let
right?
them see you sweat.
Never let them
I
see you
don't.
sweat.
It's not gonna happen.
Greg, that's amazing.
That's amazing.
Now just share anything you want to promote. Where can everyone find you?
Yeah.
This is your time.
Well, just really my only platform that I really use is Instagram.
Yes.
So Ghost Inspector Greg. Yeah, I am going to dabble into the TikTok maybe if it still sticks around.
Yeah.
Yeah. You never know.
But but that's got something maybe working on for YouTube. But Instagram, Ghost Inspector Greg, and come check me out. You won't be disappointed. Scroll down, find me, see some of the stuff I'm telling you about. It's there.
It's very
It's
cool.
very
We
good.
scrolled for so long.
We stalked you last night.
Very, very good.
We did a deep scroll. It was
yeah,
good.
absolutely. Well, Greg, thank you so much for
Thank you
being
so
here.
much for being
This
here.
was
Absolutely.
another episode of Ghost Girls. We're just two girls trying to figure out what life's about by thinking about death.
That's
so
absolutely. Yeah.
until next time.
Until next time, stay
Stay
curious.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Footsteps fading down the hall, paintings moving on my wall, chills that wrap around my spine, trapped between the threads of time.